Welcome to Saturday, darlings. Full joy your week, uh, ending into your beginning of next week. Do full enjoy or full joy, period. Um, going. I hope it's been going smoothly. My videos are up. I'm happy. I wasn't quite sure if I was gonna have to do anything there, and I woke up this morning and there they were. I said, "Well, hallelujah." And then, oh, I know what happened. I was dressing the video titles, and I had did one on Charlie Kirk, and it had already been coming back to back on my timeline for some reason. And normally, if I see things a few times and everybody's talking about it, I may or may not dive in depending upon what the topic is. It said, the man just passed. His business plan was phenomenal. Well, I love looking at business plans. Please, by all means, talk to me dirty some more. So uh, I went to the 10X conference May 2025 of this year by Grant Cardone. It was his last year doing the 10X conference. Well, I didn't recognize him, but Charlie is one of the people who spoke at the conference. uh, but at the time I was writing up the article about his blueprint, it hadn't dawned on me that I had seen this man at Grant Cardone's conference. And how I got there to even, Grant sent out an email so that we could revisit the time he brought on uh, Mr. Kirk. But it didn't dawn on me until I was at the computer writing, maybe like half an hour, 45 minutes ago. I said, oh, I remember him. You know, we don't have to like who we get our money lessons from. We don't have to agree with everyone. We can all have a difference of opinion when it comes to money, which is something I'm going to talk about in my article, because money does not care if you are red, white, purple, green, or blue. Money just cares that it circulates and that it's spent, and it hopes to do so swiftly in large amounts. I like that program. So whatever he represented, I'm still doing what I told y'all to do earlier when I was in the video, half sleep, half woke at 3 o'clock at the witching hour, which is to mind your business. And business strategy is part of my business. An African American woman, I wanted to honor my roots. So I did, you have a choice. You have several choices. And we have people who have paved the way for us to be able to live better choices. And we should thank our ancestors for what they went through without pay, mind you, because they were great at social networking. Before any social networking tools got out here, they were high class network movers and shakers in the industry before the Big Bang happened, where we can do what we are currently doing now in the world. as African Americans or people of color. Okay? But they didn't do it hardly for any money. They did it for rights. They did it for community. They did it for civil. But since they paved the way, we should be living a little bit differently than we did in the past because they paved the way. Okay? Don't let the color of someone's skin and their message keep you from exploring truths of what worked. All right, so that is the blueprint that I'm writing up right now. Y'all know why I'm here today. I did my makeup real quick in the bathroom. Okay, let's get it on. We still have 11 to 19 to discuss of Kevin Gates' tracks. We did 1 through 10 already. We're doing the regular tarot reading. Then we're going to do the Voodoo tarot reading in my next session. Hopefully, we're going to get through this whole session right now. And then we're going to do Hebrew translation and Gematria. Okay? What did I do with track 10? Oh, I did track 10. Oh, yes, honey. That's the one with niece. Oh, yeah, baby. There's a lot of energy right there. Whew. Okay. Yeah, let's get on 11. Living out loud. We're going to do a card by card metaphysical breakdown, talking about Kevin Gates' new album, Flame, just pure flame. Say you love me. Say you love me, yeah. My hat cocked to the side early morning, you say you love me. Two of Cups reversed. Disconnection, one-sided love, emotional imbalance. This opening is a plea that keeps echoing. He wants connection, but something's off. Either it's too late or it was never mutual. Two of Cup reverse speaks to the fractured bond. Love isn't enough when it doesn't feel real. I know that I'm not perfect. If you know you was gonna hurt me, why you waste our time? Three of Swords upright. Heartbreak, betrayal, pain. This section is brutally honest. The wound is fresh, accusations, abandonment, and internalized shame. Three of Swords holds nothing back. This is loss in its sharpest form. Heaven heal my scars and make me heartless. I think we done all been there, honey. Queen of Cups reversed. Emotional suppression, self-protection, trauma response. He's closing up. Where once there was love and care, now there's guardedness. Queen of Cups reverse shows someone who's been emotionally drained, now hesitant to trust or feel. Code of the Samaru, Dwa, Bandana. My signal got canceled. The Chariot, upright, discipline, forward motion, control. This is Gates reclaiming his strength through inner code and outer movement. He's built to move forward, not stay broken. The Chariot speaks to willpower and warrior mindset. He's back in control of the narrative. We trap under candlelight bricks of the flower. Eight of Pentacles upright. Keywords, hustle, craftsmanship, repetition. Even in darkness, he worked. Whether trapping, stacking, or surviving, this is the grind of resilience. Eight of Pentacles is the bricklayer energy laying foundation with fire and precision. Shout out to those who live by the code. Courtroom is colder. Justice, upright. Truth, consequences, karma. This is a moment of reverence for the silent soldiers, the loyal ones. Justice highlights the weight of decisions, systems, and loyalty in environments where fairness is rare. Love left me deserted. Can't nobody hurt my pride. Five of Cups, upright. Loss, grief, reflection. This line bleeds resignation. The Five of Cups isn't about giving up, it's about mourning what's gone and slowly turning toward what's left. He's hurt, but no longer crumbling. Great ideas and failed attempts. I don't even call all the shots I miss. The Fool, upright. New beginning, risk, learning from mistakes. This is a major turning point. Gates embraces past failure without regret. The Fool is the brave restart, trusting the unknown while carrying the wisdom of the fall. I'm living life out loud. I grew into my purpose. I know I deserve it. The Sun, upright. Joy, clarity, spiritual purpose. Here it is, the heart of the track. This is not just a rebound, it's reclamation. The Sun radiates confidence, divine alignment, and healed identity. Gates is no longer living in the shadow of trauma. He's out loud in full color. My signal got canceled. I grew into my purpose. Gates is a poet, honey. He's just a poet. He's an extreme, phenomenal, sexy, yeah, poet. Sped up on a beat. It's all right. Hiding emotions. Let's talk about these emotions. That video was sexy too. Okay. With him singing on the track. How you love me, but you rather play with my emotions. Five of Cups, upright. Regret, emotional disappointment, heartbreak. This refrain bleeds sorrow. It's not rage, it's letdown, masked by detachment. The Five of Cups sits in grief but doesn't wallow. He's trying to accept the loss without letting it break him. I'm really Casper in the flesh. Sooner or later, oh, I'm ghosting. Seven of Swords, upright, strategic withdrawal, emotional escape, guarded behavior. This isn't sneakiness, it's self-preservation. Seven of Swords here is Gates knowing when to vanish rather than keep chasing something that hurts. This is retreat with intention. We done exited to December, trimming back the fat. That's the transformation card. Death upright, transformation, pruning, letting go. This is the most clear-cut death card moment of the album. Symbolic closure of a chapter, letting the unnecessary fall away, releasing clutter to make space for self. Repeat that card as often as needed. All right. Often. Whew. A little chilly up in here. Okay. Deleted all my Instagram posts, diamond ring 1128 carats. The Hermit, upright, solitude, reflection, inner truth. He's unplugging, processing, finding meaning away from the noise. The Hermit is about sacred stillness, pulling back to realign, not to hide. Hello, Knickerbocker Fred. Welcome to the channel, darling. Good to see you, love. I'm well. I hope all is well with you. All is well with you too, dear. Thank you for asking. Hope you're having a great weekend. Okay. Kind of sad I got a tear. There won't be no proposal. Ten of Swords, upright, rock bottom, brutal endings, heartbreak. This is a low point, but it's clear, not confused. Ten of Swords tells us this relationship isn't coming back. The dream is gone and he knows it. This pain ends the cycle. Mm. Renewed ambition grew into my vision spiritually fulfilled. The Magician, upright. Purpose, manifestation, owning your power. Now the energy flips. He's no longer reacting, he's creating. The Magician is powerful healer. It says he's using every lesson, even the hurt, to fuel his forward motion. And that's how you deal with things. Gifted, look inside a person's soul, forget who did me wrong. King of Cups, upright. Emotional maturity, control, compassion. He's no longer lashing out. He sees clearly, he feels deeply, but he doesn't act recklessly. The King of Cups is emotion mastered, not avoided. That's emotional intelligence right there. A lot of people don't have emotional intelligence and just react without having that checked. Signal jammer, unresponsive, protected from the thing we have all been taught we really wanted. The High Priestess, upright. Inner wisdom, spiritual detachment, divine knowing. There's a mystical distance here. He's not just avoiding people, he's protecting his peace. Guided by a deep inner voice, the High Priestess is silence with purpose. Mm-hmm. Whoever knew I'd be this good at hiding my emotions? Okay. Resilience, inner calm, grace under pressure. What he calls hiding is actually discipline. Strength and emotional regulation, not repression. He's surviving the ache without breaking himself open to the wrong ones. Man, I swear to God, babe, I've been waiting on you. This is not a love song. I know you thought it was. I thought it was. It's not a love song. It's a trauma purge set to melody. And Gates walks the line between emotional stoicism and emotional intelligence like a seasoned samurai. But yeah, that was not a love song. Okay. He's not cold. He's just finally learned that real love doesn't come through pain. We got a lot of people need to learn that lesson. If you're getting red flags, if it's painful and you've been going back and forth around the block and it's not making sense to you and it's confusing and it's not clear, it's not love. Let that shit go. Quick, fast, in a hurry, it should have been gone yesterday. Okay? Don't second guess yourself or your intuition. Track 13, I am. I am that I am. This track is a convergence of dual energy. Young boy channels vulnerability, masked behind a hardened persona. Well, I love seeing Gates work with some of the young energy and bringing them on the track. Thank you for Young Boy, okay? Young Boy. All right. Whew, while Gates brings creative clarity and ancestral honoring amidst pain, it's a journey through raw emotion into spiritual transformation. I'm a gangster with several feelings. I'm wrapped up with caution sign. We got a lot of different cards going on here. Emotional complexity, moon upright, hidden pain, inner turbulence. Eight of swords upright, feeling trapped, mental boundaries, guarded living. Young boy navigates emotional storms publicly while maintaining caution, a moonlight pool revealing hidden depths reinforced by the Eight of Swords' sense of internal confinement. King of Cups upright, mastery of emotions, calm exterior, masking inner turmoil, interpretation, flexing success, detachment, and emotional numbing through substance mirrors, the King of Cups, the King of emotions. You don't get no higher than the King, baby. Someone deeply feeling yet carefully controlled. Tara, uh, Kevin gives us a teaser. So, Knight of Pentacles upright, steady drive, disciplined ambition, building self. Yeah, it gives us a teaser in the bridge. Interpretation. Gate signals a shift, focus, effort, consistent growth, and movement towards personal power. Turn the lights down, I'm high. That's hermit. Upright, reflection, solitude. Betrayed grandmother passing, three of swords upright, grief, heartbreak, irreversible loss. Pain into passion, ancestor smiling, star upright, hope, healing, spiritual alignment. Built different, swagger, chariot, command, forward, momentum, self mastery. He walks through grief, turning heartbreak into creation like the hermit. He retreats to reflect, then transforms sorrow, three of swords, into hope, star, and radiates triumph, sun, and drives forward with mastery and purpose, chariot. Death upright because of the shared energy with him and young boy never broke again. Metamorphosis through pain, both artists experience a symbolic death to the old self, emotional numbness, heartbreak, and rebirth into spiritual strength, clarity, and purposeful creation. Hmm. Young boy's pain and guarded feelings meets Kevin Gates' spiritual resilience. Together they form a narrative arc. Pain, transformation, and purpose. It's public catharsis set to melody where mourning becomes movement and grief becomes drive. Let's get to track 14, shall we? I thought I was gonna need a couple hours, but we already on track 14. It only got 19 in front of me. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, okay. Oh, look like, oh, honey. That track. I listened to it the first time, and then I said, well, let me go look up the lyrics. So I got to reading the lyrics, and then I said, uh, oh. And then I was like, for the live, I might wanna, I might wanna be cautious with the wordplay. So, honey, it was steaming. Yeah. Who is that? Shorty got a fan base. Honey, this track is nothing but sensuality, a magnetic attraction. Um, when you first see or meet that person and you can't keep your gaze, your thoughts, your wants, your desire. Y'all know what that first moment is like. Tarot card, the devil. Upright. Temptation, allure, physical obsession. This opening rings alarm bells. Verification of pure sexual magnetism. It's about being drawn to someone's physical energy without question or guilt. Walking all her booty go to talking. Knight of Wands, upright, impulsive passion, bold action, raw charm. That run the room energy, fast burning desire, and electric attraction. This is the Knight of Wands in full effect. I don't think I brought, I think I left those. Let me see here. I did leave them. That's okay, because we're going to go into it later anyway. Woo. All right. Grip her hair, push it down. Strength, upright. Controlled power, animalistic passion, endurance. This is a moment of touch, assertion, and passionate control. Strength here is less gentle. Compassion, more fierce, intense magnetism balanced with awareness. I talked about the card earlier, the strength card earlier, how they are different in Voodoo versus the regular tarot cards. Baby, it's not strength, it's possession. You get to a certain point, there is no, you got to have some major pullback or mastery to get to certain spots and stop. Okay? It's possession. Let's see. Yeah, she looked like she could. The Empress. Feminine power, beauty, sensual force. This chant isn't just an observation, it's reverence. The Empress symbolizes the conscious spending of that sexual capital. Whip appeal, roof. Oh, I can't say that word on the whatchamacallit on YouTube. Let me cross that. Torted. We're just gonna put torted there, okay? Whew. All right. The Chariot, upright. Command, movement, ambition, the speed, the control, the car metaphors. This is about sexual propulsion and forward motion, asserting dominance and drive and desire. Final repeated course, hit her from the back. Ace of Wands, upright. Creation, ignition, pure fire, the wild initial spark. It's not just sex. It feels like inception, a primal creative act. Awesome. Let's get into track 15. Bread straight. Resilience, ascension, authentic success. You run up on me with the handgun, I might could stain one. Five of Wands, upright. Keywords, conflict, struggle, survivor, immediate tension. He confronts threads head on. Five of Wands represents ongoing conflict, but also competition and survival instincts. Bread straight, who would have thought? Made it out, it was hard, but we're here now. Four of Cups reversed. Awakening gratitude, new perspective, celebration of overlooked blessings. Four of Cups reverse signals, shifting from disconnect to active appreciation for growth and survival. It's one of my favorite places to be on a Kabbalah map. We'll go more into that when I do the Voodoo translations. Okay. On Mars Costa car, wedding cake out the jar. Six of Pentacles upright, wealth, reciprocity, sharing abundance. He highlights prosperity earned from hardship and the ability to uplift his circle. Six of Pentacles speaks to giving and receiving, wealth balanced with generosity. Emotional guard, I ain't having no love. They ain't never showed you love. Tarot cards, Seven of Swords upright, emotional protection, distrust, guarded self. This is a defensive heart. Like the Seven of Swords, he keeps distance from those who failed him. Trust is earned, not given. King of Pentacles upright, wealth, leadership, grounded success. He owns his domain financially and spiritually. This is the kingdom he built, stable, prosperous, respected. Acknowledging scars. Kind heart full of scars, I've been learning how to heal. Temperance upright. Healing, balance, moderation. After the climb, he integrates the pain into maturity. Temperance is the alchemy of healing. Balancing hardship with compassion. Transformation, finally making sense to me, I'm a different kind of real. Death, upright, rebirth, transformation, shedding the old self, turning inward and shedding of past chaos. Here's the essential transformation, a reborn, wiser self emerges. Bread straight, thanking God, we the ones they look up to. We do look up to the stars and our celebrities and those in higher power and those who think that they are the gate. But all gates have keys. It amazes me doing what I do, the people who want to be the gatekeepers and decide and have a decision or not in the level of success that you reach. And then when you reach it without them thinking that they've done something, they feelings be hurt. Okay. I can relate to what he's saying. All right. Not on his level, on my level. Not on his level yet. All right, so the star upright. Hope, inspiration, spiritual fulfillment, radiance through adversity. The star honors his transformation and positions him as a beacon for those in the trenches behind him. Thank you, sir. You've been doing a wonderful job. All right. Bread straight isn't just a flex, it's a spiritual map. Yes, it is, and we are going through the spiritual map right now. Moving from street survival, skeptically guarding space, mastering wealth, healing wounds, emotional transform, serving as a light for others. It's a modern day hero's journey in rap form. Yes, it is, baby. Yes, it is. Yes. And we trying to get to the kingdom, which is why we highlighting right now. Next track, hard work. Yes. We're gonna go all up and down the map. From Keither to Malkuth, from Malkuth to Keither. Okay? The alchemy of hustle and manifestation. Pre-chorus. Ain't no shortcuts. Only hard work. It's supposed to hurt. Seven of Wands upright, perseverance, defense, earned honor. Here's a declaration of committed struggle. Like the Seven of Wands, he stands his ground against obstacles, refusing to surrender even when the climb is tough. Pre-chorus continued. I don't wait in line, I show up first, ready for the work. So for those who y'all gotta punch in, and don't punch in at one after you're supposed to be punching in 5. He said he show up ready. He don't wait in line. Okay. I used to go to Leadership for Development, which was a program when I was in high school. I know, right? I went to high school a long time ago. You had to qualify to be in the program, and they had us saying, in time, on time, every time, except one a little bit ahead of time, and that's better time. All right. Chariot, upright, controlled, drive, triumphing through ambition. This section shouts self mastery and forward momentum. The chariot energy is perfect confidence, discipline, and the will to claim victory. Out here putting in work, I do what it takes, check my bank account, look like phone numbers. Okay. Does that include the area code? Hold on a minute. Okay. All right. I believe the network is 1 mil the last time I checked, so we're talking the 7 digits, not the 10 digits yet. That's all right though. Six of Pentacles upright, prosperity, flow of abundance, reward for effort. This is manifest reward. He's not just rapping raw, he's celebrating tangible prosperity, earned and flowing freely. Hallelujah. I done went broke, got right back focused, bottom of the map, but the trap not closing. Death upright. This hardship turns into a rebirth. Going broke becomes a catalyst for new chapter. The death card speaks to transformation through struggle. Gay said, I do not have time for y'all shenanigans. That's why he done dropped albums back to back. Okay? Diamonds in my mouth, sell them by the square, but I move them by the pallet. King of Pentacles upright, stability, wealth, mastery, grounded success, manifested luxury, self-reliance, and the discipline to build real empire energy. This is King of Pentacles territory. We in the court cards again. Lately been in the gym, getting it in, flipping just double, selling out arenas. Strength, endurance, inner power, mastery, physical, mental, emotional strength all converge. This is the calm, controlled force of perseverance in motion. And he looks like he's been very busy on tour because I looked up his schedule. All right, aiming for the stars, phone I got jumping, the star. Hope, spiritual fulfillment, divine alignment, success is reaching its peak with clarity and heart. The star embodied inspiration and aligned purpose. All right. Track 17, Bad Business, featuring Extra. We're going to get into that one next. But in regards to hard work, it isn't just a track, it's a tarot aligned journey, which is what I'm reading to you right now. It traces a path from fierce persistence, disciplined action, and rebirth to mastery, strength, and finally, luminous purpose. The hall isn't flashy, it's spiritual. Bad Business featuring 4 Extra. Trauma awakening, spiritual healing, and the power of ethical boundaries, a reclamation of self in a chaotic world. And Lord knows the world on autopilot can be very chaotic. Excuse me just a moment. Oh, much better. Yeah, much, much better. Okay. They let a demon come back. They done left me alive. The Tower, upright, sudden upheaval, crisis, spiritual shaking. It's a shakedown. This opening lays the foundation. The tower strikes when divine boundaries are broken, awakening survival instinct. The return of a demon isn't defeat, It's a spiritual test. I left here one day, honey, and I had just did a tree of life 10 a card spread with a wild card. My first test was 5 minutes afterwards. I said, oh, the games have begun. Yeah, just like that. Very quickly. So let's talk about for extras hospital trip. IV tripping off meds, questioning life or afterlife. Nine of Swords upright. Mental anguish, crisis points, near breaking. This scene is mental and physical fracture. The Nine of Swords portrays the moment when your innermost fears and trauma become tangible. Hallucinations, pain, the brink of giving in. It is also the threshold to awakening. Oh, honey, I haven't been, I haven't had that point that For Extra has had, but have you ever gotten high in a hookah and put alcohol in the hookah? Have you ever got so high that you think you feel like your brain cells are crystallizing? Maybe you've never been that high. I don't anymore. I haven't in a very long time. But I remember when I did. And you just wake up in the middle of the night, you hit the hookah a few times with whatever you've got that you got from the medicine man, with whatever drink you had, and then you just rolled on over, read a book or did whatever you wanted, made a song, became active, or whatever it is you did. Mr. For Extra could not get enough of that feeling. Some of us have cut offs. He did not know when to cut off. Sometimes you have to get out, before you get your awakening, you have to be at a point that you are so tired of the life shenanigans down in the dumps, want to be taken completely out of this world mentally before the change happens. I see it with the people who talk to themselves on the corner, the ones who are in the middle of the street, uh, the ones that are at the library and they're not in their right mind. That's where For Extra was. Let's keep it going. Kevin Gates responds with purpose. Heal yourself, protect your energy, only do square business. Sounded like from the Sherpa. Temperance, upright. Healing, balance, spiritual alchemy. Gates becomes the voice of grounded balance after the fall. Temperance reveals how trauma can be transmuted into spiritual growth and centered purpose. Heals become purpose. Only engaging in things that give me spiritual fulfillment. And to that I say ditto. That's the Hierophant. Values, spiritual leadership, mentorship. By aligning his life to spiritual principles and authenticity, Gates steps into a role that honors tradition, healing, and teaching. The Hierophant rises from struggle into wise authority. Final lines, you can't keep it gangster. I don't do bad business. Justice upright, integrity, accountability, karmic clarity. This is Gates drawing a sacred line, personal code over convenient loyalty. Justice declares that bad business, betrayal, exploitation has consequences. His honor remains. Bad business marks the spiritual cycle of trauma, a demon's return, mental collapse, and transformation through sacred balance and self-honesty. It's the self-honesty part. Yeah. Gates inspires healing as resistance and redemption through centered integrity. All right. We are now going to move to Panama Cartel. Featuring Tony Sabana. And yes, I cleaned up the language because I am on YouTube. Okay? Coca-Cola. And I'm going to let you read between the lines. Pun intended. Don't mind me. Anyway. All the way to Panama. Now tell me I ain't bona fide. Coca-Cola talking bull rides. Okay. We're going to let that sink in. Main themes, cartel operations and trust issues. Solo when I'm stepping, I don't trust a lot. Global smuggling and power projection. Panama Canal, catch a ship by the sea. Send the work overseas. Okay, we doing some wordplay as we go along. Abundance and separation from fakes, 400 bricks of coffee. Amen. Sabana's cartel, send the work overseas. Hustle, strategic moves, territory commanding on the Panama plug, private flight, diamonds relocated on an island. All the way to Panama. Now, tell me I ain't bona fide Coca-Cola talking bull rides. The world upright, global mastery, completion, full circle recognition. This is a triumphant introduction. A declaration of status and worldwide reach. The world represents success on a massive scale with destiny fulfilled. Navigating betrayal and trust, solo when I'm stepping, I don't trust a lot. Seven of Swords, upright, strategy, caution, guarded energy. He doesn't let emotion lead. He operates alone, cautious. The Seven of Swords is about protecting oneself, avoiding betrayal, and being calculated. Global smuggling imagery. Panama Canal, catch a ship by the sea. Send the work overseas. Okay, all right. Wheel of Fortune upright again. Cycles, karma, movement, destiny shifts. A nod to the vast cycles of demand and supply. This is the fate-driven trade across borders. The Wheel of Fortune underscores big shifts and influence beyond local. Because some people ain't never stepped outside their own state when I say local. Some don't go 30 minutes outside their city. They want to stay local. Yeah, okay. Great, big, beautiful golden world, and they want to stay local. Coarse wealth flex. Got some more bricks as white as my teeth. Bricks of coffee. As white as my teeth. Never seen white coffee, but maybe it exists. 400 bricks of coffee. Sabana cartel sends the work overseas. Six of Pentacles upright. Power through prosperity, balanced exchange. He's not just flaunting wealth. He's operating from a place of power and reciprocity. The Six of Pentacles reflects influence grounded in resource flow. By the way, Gates does sell coffee, just in case you didn't know. Oh, whose show did he go on and he took a brick of coffee with him? I thought that was hilarious. I can't remember her name, but she interviewed Suki one time too. It's been a long time, but I watched that interview. It was a real good interview. It was a little skinny Caucasian lady. I want to say she had long blonde hair, and it looked like they was in her closet. I'm gonna call it, maybe it was, I don't know. It looked like it was a big closet, and he brought her coffee, and they had some coffee. Anyway, she wanted to go on the road with him. I'll have to get back with you when I go check my notes. I did writing on it, but it's been 6 months. Yeah, 6 months. All right. Let's see. Self as central hub. I'm the Panama plug, and they calling me Primo. King of Pentacles. We're in the Temple cards again. Wealth mastery, leadership, grounded success. He's positioned at the stable center of this operation. Rich, secure, and respected, the King of Pentacles embodies sustained abundance and leadership. Expansion and reinvention. Used to fly commercial, now private, relocated on an island. My Sherpa says she stopped traveling commercial. She either does private or she does business. I said, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The Chariot, drive, focus, ascension, upgraded lifestyle and control over destiny. This is the Chariot energy, social mobility defined by self-discipline and ambition. Panama Cartel is a declaration of global power rooted, guarded, and ascendant from trusted solitude to cosmopolitan command. The track embodies raw ambition sharpened by strategy. The tarot cards echo a journey from world domination to disciplined mastery. Let's go to our final track of the evening. Deep Dive Hard 4 Part 2, Many Times. This is a song about energetic boundaries, emotional cycles, healing, and clarity. A powerful emotional and spiritual journey. Now, after I go through this one, I will talk with you a little bit about a few other things, okay? Now, this the vibe. I'm elevating high. I can't be distracted. Ace of Swords upright, mental clarity, new perspective, focus, truth. He's cutting through noise, establishing a clear, intentional mindset. This is the moment of razor sharp awareness and clarity. Refrains of loyalty and weariness. So he's in Kether on the map right there. How many times you've been leaning on me, sleeping on me, speaking on me? I believe you. Sorry, many times. 5 of Cups upright. Disappointment, heartbreak, emotional fatigue. These lines echo emotional exhaustion, betrayal, and disappointment, revisiting weighed down by repeatedly forgiven pain. Crying out alone. Does anybody hear me crying out loud? I've put energy in myself. Card, Nine of Swords, upright, mental anguish, solitude, emotional overwhelm. He's crying out, but in isolation. The Nine of Swords brings the ache of silent suffering and the inner battle we rarely show. Choosing self over drama. When the heart wants what it wants, don't abuse me. Music and working out soothe me. Temperance card, upright. Healing, balance, restoration. He's blending emotion and logic to find harmony, turning pain into healing, creative expansion, and self-care. Elevation through heartache. My whole life's been like a movie, eagles flying overhead. Six of Swords, upright, transition, moving toward peace, elevation from chaotic script to higher clarity. This is growth, movement away from emotional unrest and the rising wings of freedom. Taking control, begging for a second chance, say they want me unalive. I'm still standing. Strength, resilience, inner power, courage. Threats and past wounds don't break him. He stands in calm, guarded ground, unmoved by chaos. Some of y'all need to learn how to be unmoved by chaos, because there's a lot of chaos around us. Unmoved. Planted like a tree. Building sacred circles, tucked away, grinding, alumni, status, lions, leave those not aligned behind. Community celebration, shared victories. This isn't solitude, it's intentional community building. Elevating alongside those who walk the path as equals, aligned. Or you find somebody higher and you walk the path they left you receipts for. That was a hard lesson to learn. Do I want to be running the poetry spot? Or do I want to be picking my own stage in the US or overseas and having poetry at the spot? So depending upon who you hang around determines what you learn. Start hanging around some people with some money. Yeah. And I'm not talking small coins in the bucket. I'm talking big coins in the bucket. They have different conversations than people who are struggling. Their conversations are nothing alike. And your conversation is what your word spells, wordology, changes how you talk over yourself and those around you, changes your mental as far as perspective about the seedsology, what they're planting in your ear, as far as your abundance, and your vision of what that can look like. According to their receipts and not the receipts you've grown accustomed to seeing in your hood. find you some folks higher that can see much clearer, who can pave a path for you so your path don't have to be so tough, so you don't have to go through some of that struggle that they themselves went to reach the ascension level that they are currently at, so that you can get there much faster, unless you just like taking your time and struggle. Anyway, let's continue. Equal or hang with the teacher. Okay. So the arc from this manifesto, arc from clarity, pain, healing, elevation, empowered community, a testament to growth through intentional self-alignment and circle curation. It's a beautiful word. All right, so just to recap, Ace of Swords, upright, Five of Cups, upright, Nine of Swords, upright, Temperance, upright, Six of Swords, upright, Strength, upright, Three of Cups, upright. This song was in the Kether, as determined by our Ace of Swords. In Panama Canal was Malkuth, because it was no longer in the Kether or the crown. It was brought to earth. So it had went through the 10 spears on the tree of life. Hard For Part 2 is a sacred healing passage. Kevin Gate vocalizes the weight of emotional betrayal and self-doubt, but emerges with powerful clarity, alignment, and a selective circle grounded in respect and shared elevation. All right. Some of you may not know who Luca is. Fictional character from The Godfather, novel and film series. Law enforcer and fierce hitman for the Corleone crime family. His traits: unwavering loyalty, violent reputation, feared but respected, dies early in the film but leaves a lasting impression. I got any Godfather fans out there? Any? Okay. What it means to Kevin Gates. He named his mixtape series Luca Brasi. He wasn't just referencing a gangster, he was crafting a symbolic alter ego. Here's what the name represents for him in his world. Loyalty. Absolute dedication defines Gates' personal code. Like Luca Brasi, he places unwavering trust in those close to him and rejects betrayal in all forms. Brasi embodies commitment and focus. Gates mirrors his energy through his relentless drive, unshakable determination, and disciplined approach to life and craft. Fearless enforcer energy. Gates channeled Brasi's courage and toughness, not glorifying violence but surviving struggle and embracing the pain necessary to protect himself and his values. Outside prayer. Both Luca and Gates operate on the fringes of society. Their strength emerges from thriving in marginal spaces where rules are fluid and independence is paramount. Spiritual shadow self. The Brasi persona allows Gates to confront and explore his darker emotions, survival instincts, and past traumas, transforming shadow into awareness and growth. My Sherpa would always say, put your shadow to work. And I do. He got, and she got, the shadow got several jobs. Okay? Several. Luca Brasi is an archetype. In the context of voodoo, eroticism, or divination, Luca Brasi becomes more than a name, he becomes an archetype. The spiritual warrior who protects but suffers, the shadow self that emerges in trauma but finds transformation, the guardian spirit of loyalty, survival, and code. So in my work, when I perform a live voodoo tarot transfer of Luca Brasi 4, I'm not just reading a mixtape, I'm going to be invoking shadow spirit, shadow ritual of self-empowerment, the testimony of a spiritual soldier, the voice of pain turned prophetic. His last album, I'm Him, came out March 19th, 2025. You can catch me dancing on my Facebook or some of these naughty channels back here to a few of his tracks in this lingerie right here. G-string and all. Okay. And that album was 11 tracks. I thank him for blessing us this time with more tracks. He does have multiple releases named Luca Brasi, and it's his more iconic and personal series. So we have the 2013 mixtape, The Luca Brasi Story. This is where it all started. Raw, introspective, full of street survivalism and loyalty themes. Standout tracks, Paper Chasers, Satellites, I Don't Give a F, featuring Juicy J. Luca Brasi 2014 mixtape with Atlantic Records. Breakout Moment, gained mainstream attention, hosted by DJ Drama. Standout tracks, I Don't Get Tired, featuring August Alsina, Perfect Imperfection, and Plug Daughter. That's when I became aware of Gates. I went back to his Satellites once I knew more about him, but when he became mainstream is how I learned about him. The plug starter. All right. Luca Brasi 3, 2018 studio album. First Luca Brasi entry to chart heavily, debated at number 4 on Billboard 200. Mature, reflective, heavy on storytelling and emotional depth. No features, it's just Gates in full Brasi mode. Standout tracks, Great Man, Adding Up, Me Too, Imagine That. Luca Brasi 4, 2025, which is what I'm discussing with you right now, in case you did not know. Yeah. What's consistent across all of them? Alter ego energy, pain plus power, no glamorizing ancestral tone, especially in Brasi 3 and 4. Okay, so his spiritual journey and voodoo connection. He he grew up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Cajun, Creole, and voodoo cultural influences. His early work mixed street realities with spiritual symbolism, blending the struggles of life with a search for higher meaning. And a few of his songs, he would reference voodoo practices. It wasn't just a religion, it was a symbol of resilience, ancestral connection, and self-mastery. Although he does not practice it now, that I know of. That's not what he references in his current songs. And that's okay. Multiple visions are just fine. In interviews, Gates has spoken about his respect for spiritual practices and rituals that align with voodoo, such as using meditation, herbs, and symbols for protection and clarity. He's drawn to the idea of duality, good versus evil, light versus dark, which fits with Voodoo's balances of spirits and energy. Public statements and music, he references demons and ancestors, hitting at spiritual battles. Gates has mentioned a belief in spiritual warfare and how his faith blends Christianity and African diasporic traditions. This synchronism is common in Louisiana Voodoo, where Catholicism and African spiritual systems intermingle. Personal growth and expansion. Over the years, Gates has spoken about moving beyond the street life and hustle to embrace spiritual healing and mindfulness. In recent interviews and social media, he has highlighted his practice of meditation, journaling, and ritual as key to overcoming trauma and success. He talks openly about mental health, forgiveness, and spiritual balance, signaling a more mature, holistic embrace of his beliefs. Symbolism in art and persona. His tattoos, visuals, and lyrics often include symbols from Voodoo or African spirituality like crosses, V's, Voodoo symbols, and references to the spirits or ancestors. Luca Brasi as a persona can be seen as a spiritual archetype, the protector, the avenger, but also the wounded healer. His spiritual journey is a layered, evolving path, starting from youthful curiosity and cultural roots, expanding into a deep embrace of ancestry practices, spiritual protection, and mental resilience. All while navigating the realities of his life and career, it's this complex mix that makes his music and persona so compelling, raw but elevated, dark but hopeful. Awesome. And that is where we are going to conclude for today. I have some business plans I've got to finish up tomorrow, um, two of them to be exact, and a few other things. So we have a date. You didn't know we were dating, did you? We have a date next Saturday at 3 p.m. Hope that works out for you. Yes, let's do this again. You know what? 3:30. Let's do 3:30. Oh, sounds fabulous. I'll put on another cute little outfit. I'll have my little voodoo book and my voodoo cards ready. I've got to order, I'm going to order some of my books today. And then I don't know how long they're going to take to come in. That's all right. I'll show them to you when they come in. But for right now, our date is Saturday at 3:30. I'm going to get all dolled up, do my hair fresh and my makeup, all that goody stuff. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to talk to you again. And our date's probably going to last probably about 45 minutes to an hour. How does that sound? Sounds delicious to me. We'll spend that time together and then go from there. I enjoyed my time with you today. May you have a fabulous, and thank you to those who stopped by, and may you have a fabulous rest of your weekend. Mwah. Thank you, YouTube loves. Thank you, darlings.